Hi everyone and welcome to Triple M Adventures with Bill. In this video I will show you how to set up crow brakes in your RadioMaster TX12. Now crow brakes are normally used on gliders. Now what would happen is that your flaps will go down. In the middle position of your switch your flaps will go down, but in the back position your ailerons will come up as crow brakes. So let's switch over to the radio and I'll show you how to do the mixing so you can achieve this. Now let's take a look at the crow brakes on the RadioMaster TX12. We're going to hit the menu button and the first thing we're going to go through to is our modes, flight modes. And in flight mode 0, if I push enter, now you'll see I've set up the, oops-a-daisy, too far. I've set up global variable 1 as 50% and then global variable 2 as 40%. And G1 is for the ailerons and G2 is for the flaps. Okay, so let me come back out. So that's what we need to do there. We're going to move on now to the mixes. Now in the mixes, you can see we've got our normal aileron channels. We've also got four servos to do the flaps and the ailerons. So channel 1 and channel 4, beg your pardon, channel 5 are our ailerons. Now the first line is absolutely standard. It will be exactly as it was when you set the model up. Then we're going to come out. Then we need to add a line. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you will have seen how to do this, but let me just quickly show you. All you do is hold the enter key down and say insert after, and then it will go straight into the edit window where you can put these settings in. Okay, but I'm now going to go down. I'm going to just edit it. And in the second line, we have to pick our switch F, which is this one, which is probably, because the lesser amount of switches you have on this one than a full-size radio, you probably would want to use this one. So I'm using this one. So the source is switch F. The weight is G1. That's the global variable that we set up for the crow brakes. Then we have to have an offset of 0. And the next thing we have to do is just select the switch, which is going to be in the back position. You can see it's active. If I turn it off, there we go, it's active. So you're going to pick that switch, the switch F, in the fully back position. Then we go down and we're going to put in the slow up and slow down. I put 1.5, I think it's seconds, but you can put that in there and you'll see what happens. It's quite cool how that works. Right, then we're going to come back out. Now, so that is the first aileron line sorted out for the actual crow brake part of this exercise. Then we're going to go into channel 5, the second aileron, and we're going to do the same. This time you can see it's a minus. Now this will depend on the orientation of your servos in your wings. So you may have to change this to a plus or a minus. So in this case, in my case, for my test rig, it's minus G1. We have no offset, no differential. The switch now, again, in the back position, you can see it's active, and then I put in the delay up and down. Okay, we come out. Now we're going to move on to the more complicated bit. This is for the flaps. Now you should have 2 channels. Well, you'll have to have 2 channels to do this. So in the first line, let's go in there. You can see that the source is, again, switch F. The weight needs to be 0. And the offset has to be minus G2. Now that is the flaps global variable that we set up. So we're going to, in all the flaps, we're going to options. We're going to pick the G2 option, and then the differential is 0, and then the switch this time now in the middle position. You can see it's active in the middle position. And then we're going to return. We go into the second line, because we need 2 lines. And we're going to edit. Now in the second line, which again our switch we choose is F, and our weight is 0, our offset is minus G2, differential is 0, and then switch in the back position. And you can hear it says crow on. All right, and then we can return. Now that's the first flap, the left flap set up. Then we have to go and do the same for the second flap channel. Let me quickly go in there for you so you can have a look at them. So it's switch F, weight 0, offset G2, diff 0, switch in the middle position for the first line. And then the second line of flap R is switch is the F switch, weight 0, offset G2. The differential is 0 and the switch in the back position. Now that should be everything we need to do to set up the crow mixing with the flaps. So if we come out, since recording the video for the crow brakes for the RadioMaster TX12, I've come up with another way of programming the crow brakes and the flaps so that you can have the snail mode for the flaps as well. So let me show you how to do this. Now, if I show you now with the flaps on the screen, down, you can see that the flaps came straight down.
Crow on.
And then the crow comes down, the crow brake come up slowly.
Flaps
there we
down,
go. So,
flaps
but
up.
We can alter this. We need to hit our model button, go across to the mixes. Now, it's not a very big change we have to make, but we need to go down to our channel 6, our first servo for the flaps. Push enter and push edit. Now here we need to change the source to max. You may have to go all over the place to find it. There it is. Okay. Now here we need to put the weight now in as minus G2. So let's just click again and we're going to go to minus G2. Then the offset is going to be 0. So we should just push, whoops, there we go, change that to 0. Okay, and then we can now put here a delay in. Oh, sorry, beg your pardon, to slow up or down. So we are going to just put 3 seconds. That is far too long, but we're just going to put 3 seconds in. Oops, Daisy, too fast. There we go, and on to the next one. Okay, now that is the first line. Now we have to edit all of the lines. So we're going to go into the second line, and in here we are going to again change the source to max. There we go, long press, we go straight to it. Then the weight is going to be minus G2. Our offset needs to be now 0. Oops, a daisy. There we go. And we can go down to the bottom and we can again put a slow up and slow down figure in. One, and then and enter. And now we need to repeat this with the second flap channel, which is channel 7. And there we go. That's all the channel changes that we need to make. So if we now go into, we come out of the editing window, and then now if we flick the switch forward,
flaps down.
You see our flaps are slowly moving down now.
Crow on.
And our crow brakes are slowly moving up. We go down.
Flaps down.
And
flaps
then
up.
There we go. So that's all the changes you need to make to be able to have the snail mode so that the surfaces move up and down slowly. There are many ways with OpenTX to program your radio. So if you weren't interested in that mode, you can stick to what I've already shown you, or you can change it so you can have that feature. Okay, now I have forgotten something. Let's just go back in. We're going to go page across until we get to the play tracks. Now in here, you heard the tracks as I was flicking the switch. So I've put a sound to the switch F forward, flap up, in the middle, flap down, and then fully back, crow on. So you can set those up as well so that you can, I love having the sounds on my radio, so I always set those up. Now let's switch over to the test rig and you can see this working. Now Now let's demonstrate the crow brakes. At the moment, all of the flaps and the ailerons are in their neutral position. So now if I pull the switch F into the middle position,
Flaps down.
the flaps go down. Then I move the switch into the back position,
Crow on.
the crow brakes slowly come on, but we still have use of our ailerons. They're still working. And then we flick the switch in the middle position.
Flaps down.
The ailerons will drop into the neutral position and then
Flaps up.
flaps up. And there we go. That's how the crow brakes work. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below, because I'd love to hear from you. And please share this video with your friends, and please consider becoming a patron of my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Happy flying. Bye for now. Bye bye.